Welcome back. It is Friday, December 11th, 2020. We have a lot to discuss today. Holy crow. I'm going to turn the light off and we can get our discussion on here. Alright. Now that you can't see my smiling, bearded face anymore, let's get on with it. Going back to some questions I had about an alternate platform a couple weeks ago. I did find it necessary to explore a few. I was asked if I had a BitChute account. I do, I just can't remember the password to it. So if I ever get that up and running, I will let you know first and foremost. The other alternate platform that I am on, and I have a channel intro up on that, is Rumble. And that was because it seemed to be the easiest to use of all once you set it up and did your settings and everything like that. Plus, there were a few other channels on here that said they were using it and exploring it. So I'm going to be posting some videos over there. If you download the Rumble app, the channel name is Event Horizon 2020. All one word, capital E, capital H, and the numbers 2020, no spaces. So that's over there if you decide you want to see what I have to say on that platform. We're probably going to do some more FaceTime videos over there, since they seem to be a little more tolerant for the time being. So initially for tonight, all I wanted to talk to you about was the dubious tyrannical deeds of the governors of Pennsylvania and New York. But there have been other happenings since I rolled into work and checked out my car for the night. So in Pennsylvania, all indoor dining ends today until January 4th, I believe. So way to go, Governor Wolf, in destroying what's left of entrepreneurship in the state of Pennsylvania. Good job. In certain places, you can't have more than 10 people, like your home. Now, what do I say to you on that, Governor Wolf? Well, look into my eye and tell me if you think I give a shit. Number one. Number two, your home is your property. If you're not breaking the law, it's nobody's business what goes on in your home. And by breaking the law, I mean you better be doing some devious shit. Like, you know, some serial killer stuff. Or a little Breaking Bad action. Beyond that, I don't care. If it doesn't affect me, I don't care. And we can throw human trafficking in there with shit I care about you doing in your house as well. Well, I suppose I could go item by item and list things I would not want to see you do in your home. But having a gathering with 10 or more of your closest friends is not one of them. It's not my business. It's not the governor of Pennsylvania's business. It's not the governor of New York's business. Let's get to New York while we're at it. Starting Monday, that genius did the same thing to New York City, closed down all indoor dining and several other businesses. Now, I remember New York City 20 years ago, pre 9/11 and post 9/11, when Giuliani was mayor. I've never been a big fan of being a city boy, but man, it was nice to go to New York City on a Friday night, walk around Little Italy, and sample cannolis from each restaurant, have a sit-down dinner, a good old-fashioned Italian meal like Grandma made, and a couple of drinks with my friends. And between Governor Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio, they have thoroughly destroyed the city of New York. Thoroughly destroyed the city of New York. Governor Wolf, Governor Cuomo, you get the Horse's Ass of the Year award. That's because those are the two most intertwined cities, or the two most intertwined states in my area of operation that I can think of. Moving right along. Before I punched out, I got the alert that the FDA has approved the Pfizer vaccine. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say vaccine on YouTube. What the hell? Anyway, this is going on Rumble too. Anyway. On my way in, I was listening to 770 AM, which is a New York talk radio station that comes in pretty well in my area. Listening to Curtis Sliwa and Juliette Huddy. Lady called in that was a dual citizen of Israel and America. She said, in Israel, get the irony of this, in Israel, you don't have to take the COVID vaccine, but if you do, you get a green card or a green passport. If you don't, you cannot travel freely. Now, being students of history, does anyone else see the bloody stupid irony in this? Am I the only one? Okay, just making sure I'm not the only one. Of all places, Israel. My mind was blown at 1:30 this afternoon. And it just continued to be blown throughout the day. Here in America, what's left of it, the Supreme Court kicked out the Texas lawsuit. Said they weren't going to hear it. Which means, are you ready for this? We are going to have a president, Joseph Robinette Biden, come January 20th. And due to YouTube policy, I can't undermine the presidency of Joseph Robinette Biden in any way, or my video will be taken down. means I can't discuss fraud. Don't know if I'm allowed to say not my president. But basically, you have a flip-flop of the rules from the last 4 years to the next 4 years. Can you say propaganda? Now, don't get me wrong, I understand that this is a privately run platform, and if they want to restrict content, I'm speaking to my YouTube audience now, in any way, shape, or form, YouTube is owned by Google. Google sets its own policy. So yes, indeed, they have the right to do that. But man, oh man, imagine they applied that equally. Who'd thought? Event Horizon 2020, capital E, capital H, 2020. No spaces in between. Over on the Rumble. We'll start posting there more and more, I think. See how that works out. Don't get me wrong, I am not going to abandon you guys. Not in any way, shape, or form. Continue to come on here and speak my mind. But my mind may not be allowed to be spoken for too much longer. With that said, current events just look like we're screwed, don't they? Economically speaking, politically speaking, constitutionally speaking, judicially speaking, the Supreme Court was too afraid to do the right thing based on the law as it is written, federally and on a state level, to hold these governments to the laws that they have put in place. We are screwed. The Constitution of Pennsylvania says that only the legislature can amend voting laws. We had the Secretary of State get her finger in the pot. We had the Lieutenant Governor get his finger in the pot. We had the Governor get his finger in the pot. We had the State Supreme Court dip their fingers in the pot. All violating the Constitution of the state of Pennsylvania. Followed by the Supreme Court saying, yeah, we're not going to get involved in this. We don't want to get involved in this. constitutionally they are required to do so. So what do you think that means they're going to do? When governments start to restrict your freedom of speech. When governments start to restrict your religious liberty. When governments start to further restrict and constrict your Second Amendment, your right to keep and bear arms. Or how about your right of protection from unlawful search and seizure? Just to name a few big ones off the top of my head, and I'm sure somebody will list a few more in the comments. Not my Biden kept talking about how we're going into a dark winter. Well, you can mark December 11th as the day the sun set on a dusky fall. With that, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to stick around on here as long as I can. Event Horizon 2020, all one word, 2020 at the end. No spaces, capital E, capital H. That's on Rumble. Be safe. Watch your six. Out for now. Like, share, and subscribe while you're at it.